here in week 3 of our vision series, we focused on the word equip, to equip each other to live like Jesus. And biblically, we see that the word equip means to complete qualification for a specific purpose. That purpose, of course, doing or being who God calls you to be or what God calls you to do, no matter what's coming in your future. And though we don't know that future, we know that God can equip us for it. And one of the ways that He chooses to do that is through a community of believers around us that we can learn from one another and glean from one another as we grow. And so to equip each other, we look at discipleship and this idea of discipleship and making more disciples to live on mission for Christ. We see discipleship as mutual leadership and influence in each other's lives. We are called both to equip and disciple others while also being equipped and being discipled ourselves continually and ongoing. And it takes understanding to teach something. But as you teach something, you also learn it even better. So what it also takes to learn from others is humility. And when you see the combination of understanding and humility in conjunction with one another is when you and I will see growth in ourselves and also those around us. And so as we see this whole vision of equip together, right, to equip each other to live like Jesus, to live like Jesus means to be a disciple of Jesus, which is not a focus of just doing good things and being a good person and good deeds that we have to fulfill in order to be considered a disciple of Jesus. It's actually someone who we are becoming, and out of who we are becoming, it's the overflow. To overflow in ways like showing love to all people, no matter your differences with them, forgiving people, showing grace to others, sharing the gospel with other people. And as we looked at during Sunday morning service, we looked at Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 17, where this is kind of laid out for us in an example. This passage shows us that we first need to set our heart and our mind on Christ, and then from there, the Spirit of God will lead us to rid ourselves of things that aren't of God. The sins specifically that are within our lives that are holding us back. And as we work to rid ourselves of those, to replace those things with things that are of God. And through this ongoing and never-ending process, we can then share in our experiences with other people and other believers about what God is doing in our lives. We can be curious and ask other people, what is God teaching you? What is God doing in your life? And we can continue to grow in the relationships that we build with one another. We can talk very specifically about certain things in our lives that we would be willing to share, things that we want to focus on with someone. Maybe you want to learn something from someone who you admire, or you see a characteristic in their life that is of God, and you say, I really want to learn that from them. Man, what if I went and just asked them about that? And maybe they could teach me. Maybe we could spend some time focusing on that. Or maybe you also learn from someone in passing, or witnessing someone even from a distance of how they interact with the Lord, how they shine the light of Jesus in the community around us. And so as we enter into this time of reflection with 2 questions, I just want to encourage and challenge you. Whether or not you have or haven't been equipped in the past by someone, or whether you have or haven't equipped someone else in the past, wherever you are in your walk with the Lord and in this idea of equipping, we are all on different journeys, but the beauty of it is that we can come together at one point, wherever that may be, and work together to equip each other, to learn from each other's perspectives and opinions and how you see Scripture and how the Spirit of God shows you who He's calling you to be in conjunction with everyone else. Question number 1. Who in your life can you consistently learn about God from through your relationship with them, and why? And question number 2. What qualities about that person's influence in your life do you see as beneficial to model in your interactions with others as you equip others, and why?